Hi everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the 2020 presidential debates. Joe Biden and Donald Trump will be participating in all of these debates hosted by Fox News, moderated by Chris Wallace. It will be hosted at the Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. The format will be 6 topics, 15 minutes per topic. Those topics, of course, are digging into Trump and Biden's records, the coronavirus, the economy, the Supreme Court, racial relations, and the integrity of the 2020 vote at the end. Uh, it's interesting to see that there's no talk about domestic policy in general, traditional Democratic and Republican stomping grounds regarding taxes, regarding Social Security, Medicare, etc. But maybe that will happen at a different debate. Uh, the participants in this debate: Joe Biden on the Democratic side, Donald Trump on the Republican side, Chris Wallace there in the middle, the moderator for the debate. Chris Wallace has said he will not be fact checking the candidates, and he says he wants to remain as invisible as possible during the debate. So that's an interesting tactic there from Chris Wallace. Uh, I think that will probably obviously benefit Donald Trump because he generally tends to tell more lies than Joe Biden, so not being called out on that is probably a plus. Joe Biden has also said he probably won't be going on the offense in terms of fact checking Trump, which means that Trump pretty much won't have anyone who will be fact checking him, uh, which could be considered as a good thing for Trump, but again, Joe Biden has said he doesn't want to be playing Trump's game himself. He wants to focus on attacking Trump's record, not attacking the facts, but he'll also be promoting his vision for the United States. What can we expect from Joe Biden? So, Joe Biden, he's a very interesting character. He did quite well in the most recent debate he took part in. That obviously was the debate between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders in March. In the other Democratic primary debates, there was a lot more people on stage. Those he didn't tend to do as well in, but still in some of them he was able to hold his own. And then obviously the 2008 and 2012 debates, they were also one-on-one settings between Paul Ryan and Sarah Palin. He competed against those two guys. So it's going to be interesting to see Joe Biden. One thing worth noting is that in a lot of the Democratic primary debates, often Biden would start to not do too well in the second or the third hour of the debate. But lucky for him, these debates are only 90 minutes. But at the same time, he's going to be speaking for longer. But he did show he could do that in that one-on-one debate with Bernie Sanders. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Overall, I expect a pretty solid performance by Biden, maybe slipping off towards the end. I don't expect a big implosion from him, and I expect him to stay on his message in terms of fixing the economy from the coronavirus pandemic. Donald Trump, he's gonna be sorry about that. Trump is an interesting character in terms of debates. The last time he debated was in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. It's generally considered that she won those debates, but Trump won the election, so how much that mattered and how much did Clinton win by is debatable. But Trump, that's kind of all he did in terms of debates. He did obviously participate in the 2016 Republican primary debates, and it's generally considered that he did quite well in those, but in the one-on-one setting, he did not do as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Trump does. I expect Trump to go on the offense on Biden, given that he's behind in the polls right now. I expect him to, on the economy and the coronavirus, I expect him to and obviously race relations. I expect him to paint Biden as a member of the radical left movement in the United States, which Biden, of course, is not a part of. But it's. I think that Trump will try and paint Biden as, you know, a Trojan horse for Bernie and AOC and Ilhan Omar and Nancy Pelosi and all the rest of it. In terms of when you look at digging into Trump and Biden's records, that's the first topic. So Trump needs to be aggressive right out of the gate to show that, to try and win back some of those voters. I think that Biden will have pre-planned responses to a lot of that stuff. He'll he could emphasize his climate plan, but climate is not going to be discussed in this first debate, which, I mean, it seems really strange because climate is a very important issue. You can see the West Coast is burning, and that's definitely a place where Biden would be able to have strength at. I expect Biden to try and do his best and focus and bring everything back to coronavirus and to the economy, because those are the areas where Trump is not doing too well. And I expect Trump to try and paint Biden as a member of the radical left who's been in Washington for 50 years and done nothing. So I think that yeah, that's the rundown of the debate. Chris Wallace has said he does not want to be too involved in the debate, basically just asking the questions, allocating the time, but not fact checking, and that's an important decision there by Wallace. I think this is going to be a fiery debate. It's going to have lots of back and forths between the candidates. Biden, I think, will generally take a more passive approach than Trump, and Trump would be more aggressive given their standings in the polls and personal debate styles. But obviously anything can happen in the debate. But here's the most important: unless there's a major implosion by one of the candidates, I don't expect this to dramatically change the 2020 race. I expect it to basically stay the same as it already is. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll be back in about 13 to 24 hours with a coverage of how the debate went for both candidates, who won, who lost, all the rest of it. And I'll also comment on the moderating and the format there by Chris Wallace as well. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Good night.